Maybe I don't know. Maybe in the morning or maybe in that. I'm not very sure. Father, what is this? This column is fully empty. This is what I still remember. These words. Our country has lost its faith. Just looking back, it is absolutely marvelous or fascinating that a Carmelite Catholic father tells his student the truth of the matter that the country has lost its valuable freedom on that day. From that day onwards, I started reading the newspapers. I became a strong, though I still remember having read Malayalam Mandarama and maybe even Indian Express during the time of the War of Liberation. Maybe my fifth class or sixth class. From this day, this voracious reading of newspapers, apart from the other reading, took place. And I used to follow the news with great concern and curiosity. I still remember the photographs of Jayaprakash Morali Desai being escorted by the police into the prisons. One photograph of Jayaprakash and Morali Desai is lingering in my memory, and I almost subconsciously identified that old elderly man, Jayaprakash Narayan, being led to the prison as a photograph of my own maternal grandfather. This is a memory that is deeply etched in my mind. And I used to discuss with Father Gregory something or the other about political developments. And come your 10th class, in January 1977, all of a sudden, the Prime Minister declares election. It was supposed to be in March 1977, and our SSLC examinations were also during that time. And I think I did fairly well in my SSLC. My memory is right. I got 456 out of 600. Not too bad. Maybe not good enough. I'm sure I would have lost at least 20 marks or 25 marks in that because of my extra attention for the newspaper reading that I devoted even during the time of the SSLC examination preparation. Every day I used to follow the All India Radio News and the newspaper reports about the ongoing election developments. And I used to discuss with Father Gregory, who used to very candidly share his views with me. And I was surprised at the kind of open views that such a Carmelite father could have. And I still remember the day when the All India Radio News declared the news at 9 o'clock in Hindi, or 8:45 in Hindi. The news first comes in Hindi that Raya Burli made Pradhan Mantri, so and so candidate, Arab or that Prime Minister so and so was so and so candidate, so and so party. I still remember those words in Hindi. Then the next day's news was. I was only silent enough because I don't think these matters I never used to have. I used to share any views with anybody except the odd discussion that we used to have at times in Father. And then I still remember just before the election, Father Vivechi very audaciously suggested that a discussion will be conducted in the auditorium, and two persons can represent one the ruling party and the other the opposition party before the election, and it can be you have a debate session and then it will be put to vote. And I still remember those days. And somebody was speaking that I was too tenacious about becoming a judge. My dear friend, I think you are totally mistaken about my my outlook and my ambition, if any. Apart from the other kind of books which Thomas George used to mention, I think I had got into Ernest McQueen also, and later in Irving Wallace. I stopped with around long ago, and then Irving Wallace, and then even I think Mario Puzo's Godfather. Alistair MacLean's, not Alistair MacLean, in high places, other Hill is the high places, was a story which is still etched in my mind about the Canadian politics, where the Attorney General is the central character, and a judge of the Supreme Court of Canada is also an important character. The plight of habeas corpus case being litigated, and the Attorney General standing very steady for fighting for human rights at the same time defending the government stand. And that was a day I still remember, and I have told some people even in my university college days that if I have one ambition, it is to become the Attorney General. Because Attorney General was an ideal, because judges, you have the power to be independent. You are conferred with the power of freedom of and autonomy of judges. All you have to do is to exercise your independence. But for a lawyer, it is the power of the word that changes the equations. Ultimately, the decision maker is the judge. And it is the power of the word that changes the destinies of people. So it is always if you ask me, if it is Nani Bankiwala or this Siddharth Khanna, which is that you have to choose, I will be in a dilemma. But in the absence of rare exceptions like this Siddharth Khanna, certainly the ambition of any person who is interested in rule of law would be to excel as a lawyer. You still have excellent lawyers like Fali Nariman and a lot of other people who follow the footsteps of Nani Bankiwala, who fought for civil liberties and fundamental freedoms of this country. So, if at all I had any ambition, it was to excel in the legal profession, and if possible, I knew because I was in Cochin, though I studied in Delhi, I opted out of Delhi, so you're out of the main place, at least, and I consider it as a great privilege that I worked under the Attorney General of the state, which is position is almost roughly equivalent to the Attorney General. I know the difficulties of protecting civil liberties, human rights, and other rights of citizens at the same time being an advisor of the government. It's a very difficult job. So if at all I had an ambition, it was to excel in the field of law. And certainly when the opportunities come to become a judge, I accepted it because one person who really influenced my decision to become a judge, I will share with you because you are all my brothers and classmates, was my youngest sister, my role model after my father's death. I still remember when I put up my own independent chambers, she came to me and she saw my father's photograph there in my chambers. And she said, would you like to become a judge? Because she's a doctor. She's not much aware about how to become a judge or the things of the legal profession and all that. And I said, well, if it comes along, fine. Otherwise, I said, I want to become, this is my old childhood ambition. I have not even shared with my wife to become an attorney general, but I know it's almost difficult. Something like an advocate general or something like that comes fine. That's you reach the high position in the legal profession, which I consider in the long term as better than even becoming a judge. She said, looking at my father's photograph, and she looked at my eyes, and she said, I'm known as Renji. Renji, if your father were alive, he would have been proud to see you as a judge. If the opportunity comes, think about it. And this word still echoes in my mind. No, nobody should be denied justice merely because he is poor. At the same time, nobody should be denied justice merely because he is rich. You need judges like that. Think about that. And if you become a judge, your father would have been happy. This lingered on my mind. This was the last meeting I had with her as a conscious person. And 2 months thereafter, this was in May 2002, July 2002, she met with an accident, very serious accident by the workplace, and she went into full coma. By the grace of God, she recovered, but she's still in a semi-coma situation for the last 13, 15 years. So it was this piece of advice which lingered in my mind, which prompted me to think in terms of becoming a church. It was not a tenacious ambition to capture power, because I still tell my close friends that the moment you start going after it and capture power, judicial power, and if you are basically a good person, and if it's not the providential destiny that you should sit there, you'll find it really difficult, because it's a position which is in a way given by the grace of providence. So you can be ambitious, but at the same time, unless you're very too sure, especially if you believe in providential destiny, that it is something which is bestowed on by the providence. It's a very, 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 very tough thing. And it was this basic grooming and inculcation of values by great people like Father Gregory, Father Aaron, John Sir, Matthew Sir. I still remember after Matthew Sir had left to, I saw him today, maybe after 37 years, and before he introduced him to me, I said, you are my Kanaka Guru. I did well in mathematics in 6th class and 7th class because of him. And I still remember he left, and I had this feeling of being an orphan, and then I started doing too badly in my mathematics. And then comes from Brother Mamuli, I still remember. Father Johnson, such a wonderful teacher I have never seen in my life. Brother Mamuli was the one who molded my mathematical sense, and though I did not do extremely well in my 10th class or even 12th class, because I was not very interested in my studies,